2020 was a record year for overdose deaths in the country, and Kentucky saw one of the highest year-to-year increases.
The Commonwealth saw a more than 50% increase in deaths compared to 2019. As Chad Hedrick explains, first responders and drug treatment advocates are working to save lives and reverse the deadly trend.
From Ashland to Lexington to Louisville, everywhere in between and beyond, the drug crisis knows no borders, no demographics, no limits. In Richmond, they've already surpassed last year's overdose deaths.
It doesn't matter your family's last name, how much money they make, where you're from, you name it, you can be impacted by this.
In 2020, a record 93,000 Americans died from a drug overdose. That's 250 people a day, 11 an hour. A 29% increase from 2019, the highest since 2016. Kentucky's fatal ODs were up 54% to 2,100 in 2020, one of the highest in the nation. Neighboring West Virginia, also near the top.
Unfortunately, many of us that are working in the trenches have seen it coming. It was apparent that those numbers were going to be high.
But it's not all blamed on the pandemic.
COVID heightened the overdose crisis for sure, but it's certainly more to do with the supply. And we need to stay the course. We had some really promising outcomes a couple of years ago. The numbers are going down. We know what works.
At Addiction Recovery Care, that means getting addicts into long-term treatment and ultimately helping them find a purpose in life. For police in Richmond, they're focusing on arresting the ones bringing the drugs into their community.
And these dealers are selling these drugs out here that are very deadly when someone consumes them. And we're going after the people that are selling this stuff.
Cracking down at the root of the problem and getting help for the most vulnerable. In Richmond, Chad Hedrick for the Fox 56 10 o'clock news.